Be the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
One of the statements of Justice Gertrude Torkonoo say President Mahama Esheso, based on the petitions and Nsaka Eyini from officer, Ebema justices of the Supreme Court and a Chief Justice bi obebebia ni remover emobeye ha. Okanye no omutie na nso manfa ose anye oyo and omukoswa Eyini as Chief Justice. Now the newly appointed Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Baffoe-Bonnie, FAC a petition to be removed from office. Now, you perceive a share from the genesis of this case, a bedroom penpensua yaba bedroom petition, because what kind of petition alone unte the ekoswase. You share from 24th of September 2025. Constitutional lawsuit has been filed at the Supreme Court by Member of Parliament for South Day, Roxanne Nelson Defiamepo, a private legal practitioner, Israel Tete, and the Ghana Law Society, challenging the exclusive constitutional powers granted to the Ghana Bar Association. Into oho na case we shall say free. Ghana Law Society, Israel Tete, and a Roxanne Nelson Defiamepo, Honorable Member of Parliament for South Day, at the lawsuit at Kodom Supreme Court, say omo person omo break the monopoly and as powers and as recognition yedema Ghana Bar Association or Ghana. Fine. Enye boni. Mo de call Supreme Court a case na afi na lawyers e ba be argue and omo san so koye press conference with the current appointed Chief Justice, nominated Chief Justice. Ekwa kan case no asem in public. That is the first issue. That is the first issue. I said, can election petition wasem. Now obedi case na kodom court. Court in 30 date for lawyers of both parties say omombe defend your case in court. Ne akwa press conference will baby. Ama Chief Justice actually na dream afa case no ho. He has prejudiced the case. Because then a Chief Justice timima ni opinion in the capacity of a Chief Justice in such a situation in the public domain and sana a case no krapo ye kwako here no in court. Now, the suit which names the Attorney General and the GBA as defendants is the Godfred Yebo Adame and Yebo Nidin. Dominic Ayine and the GBA as defendant seeks to fundamentally reinterpret the status of the Bar Association in Ghana's governance structure. The plaintiffs are asking the Supreme Court to declare that the numerous references to the Ghana Bar Association in the 1992 Constitution do not refer exclusively to the current private voluntary association known as the GBA. Into the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, various acknowledgements nominate Ghana Bar Association in the Constitution. Various seats in various councils, judicial council, police council, omo seat ho. Enti Roxanne Nelson Defiamepo at the court say some references are yet the constitution ni mu refer as the Ghana Bar Association. It does not refer to sa current GBA in Kofo Bebre etimi joining as an association of lawyers. Inti almost a different society called Ghana Law Society obiya so betimi akwa joining. No ma san so akwa pre sa sports omodema Ghana Bar Association as referred into the Constitution. Inti almost titimu ano no breaking the monopoly. Now, instead, they argue that the term should be construed as a generic or umbrella designation for all associations or lawyers in Ghana. The rates cite specific articles of the Constitution where the GBA is mentioned, including the rules of the appointment of judges of the Supreme Court, Article 153, and the Court of Appeal, Article 157, and the members of the Judicial Council. The core of the plaintiff's argument is that granting a single private association monopoly over these significant constitutional functions violates the fundamental rights of other lawyers. Inti enye bone so a sound argument a lawyer be betimi argue if you are of both sides of the divide. But the problem lies in the fact that omode rate no ko serve Supreme Court and as a meeting we a course meeting with the current Chief Justice and no making certain proclamations. Inti omode rate no ko serve Supreme Court on 24th September 2025 and almost serve committee the current Chief Justice Justice Baffoe-Bonnie on 26th September 2025. And the acting Chief Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie report we were aired by Ashiade Doche, GBC Ghana Online, very credible source. Paul Baffoe-Bonnie has urged the newly formed Ghana Law Society to secure formal recognition and licensing from the General Legal Council as it works to establish itself as a professional body for lawyers. Into one, omunyanya formal recognition into in what capacity and kasa na Chief Justice for Asia? Because we association, I'll say, after no munko seeking formal recognition, also say they are newly formed. Into in what capacity na no Asia? And as uncle for way in swa and at the rate. Echo survey Supreme Court say omunye den omo person breaking the monopoly of the Ghana Bar Association, even though no one seeking formal recognition. Now, according to City News, Ghana Law Society has recently filed a case at the Supreme Court challenging the Ghana Bar Association's long-standing position as the only recognized professional association for lawyers in the country. Into oho and the beginning of Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. The problems are all facing at the Jubilee House. The petition according say omungi this current Chief Justice, even months or assuming this position. Now, speaking during the meeting with members of the society in Accra, Thursday, 25th September 2025, Justice Baffoe-Bonnie stressed the importance of following due legal process. Tehana issue no or legal counsel, even though he is not supposed to be ankasa lawyer, because Chief Justice the serve or as all you just say we need any argument beba we should need any argument beba they call according to the constitution now ruling in favor of the person. You don't give another party or sue another party legal counsel. SNI, you've been biased, you've been unfair to the others. Because na komumienu no meshia and na omumienu legal council, both Ghana Law Society, both Ghana Bar Association are serving the nation all over the years. And Kebeka say you've been fair, but untimi share one side. And money legal council. So uncle you we never bwa case. That is where the problem lies. Now, to us, it means that you must have a certificate from the General Legal Council. So when in your speech, you say that you are going to make a representation to the General Legal Council for recognition and licensing, it will be in the right direction. Because all that we are interested in at the General Legal Council is that you possess our license. And in that licensed institution. No wonder, say lawyers of Roxanne Nelson Defiamepo or withdraw or support challenging GBA's legitimacy, because Mwankasa Ghana Law Society at the time I'm filing written na mo legitimacy at the General Legal Council was in question. No more or papers, no more documents, no more formalizing the structures of the Ghana Law Society. In what capacity Namokako challenging a recognized institution like the Ghana Bar Association, be it a private institution? Now, lawyers representing plaintiffs in a high-profile case filed at the Supreme Court of Ghana has withdrawn its legal services, citing a breach of internal office policy. Enti lawyers na nkasa krapo no omo have issues because it could be say even members cry omo ye of a particular chamber, sa chamber no omo members members of the Ghana Bar Association. Enti lawyer be na be kokofa sisi a on be argue case amount because any recognized lawyer in Ghana was serving all over the years be a member of the Ghana Bar Association. Onye member of the Ghana Bar Association, and a minimum association be over joining because it is the most prestigious and recognized association respected in Ghana. Until lawyer be na bakofa onye member, and as obe decided say obe losing the membership, abe diwo Rocks and Nelson the firm against the whole system. Until to withdraw, the withdrawal was formally communicated through notice of withdrawal dated September 30th, 2025, issued by Obo Minta and Co Chambers located at Nsem-Pii, Accra. Into internal office policy, they are having issues because Obo Minta and Co Chambers, the likelihood say omo members of omo seniors, members of the Ghana Bar Association, you're very high. It's a bad thing no obetimai infighting against the Ghana Bar Association. No akuti Ghana Law Society, all because ma buying naba. And the way that if we can't beat them, join them, scenario is. Now, the case filed under writ number J1 30/2025 was brought before the Supreme Court of Judicature by 3 plaintiffs. Izatete of Kade in the Eastern Region, Russell Nelson, the former member of Parliament for South Day, and the Ghana Law Society, which has been very much stressed in our earlier presentation. Now, you call into the new petition about President Mahama petition to sack acting Chief Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. Into currently, Krapono, he has not been fully confirmed to be recognized as the full Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, even though President Mahama are nominated pending vetting and approval by the Parliament of Ghana. Parliament is sooner Speaker Alban Kingsford Sumana Babin Akase Yetum because Sika ese allocations ese ato force and debana my inti ono so or train ama saade na yejima ansana omayeden ometimi avetena na wabeye full Chief Justice, even though saade nen course no still petition akodru say meeting no ye na sa public declarations or ye ninti no Council of State President Mahama omonhweso omonseti up a committee no munyi the current Chief Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. My kind petitioner no Bande Nabin Yusuf, a private citizen, has petitioned President John Dramani Mahama to remove the acting Chief Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie. Nabin Yusuf, in his petition, signed October 6, 2025, is pleading with the president to remove the acting Chief Justice on the grounds of misbehavior. Now, citing Article 1461 of the 1992 Constitution, Nabin Yusuf claims that Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie recently made some utterances that he believes are a breach of Constitution, internationally recognized principles of judicial behavior, such as Bangalore Principle of Judicial Conduct 2002. The private citizen who referred to a comment made by Paul Baffoe-Bonnie on September 25th, 2025, a honey meeting following a lawsuit filed by Izatete, Rocks and Nelson, the firm and a group calling itself, a group, not even association, a group calling itself Ghana Law Society, seeking constitutional relief against the Ghana Bar Association, noted that the president should sack the acting CJ with immediate effect. Now, Yebabe kind of words in action. I respectfully submit this petition for the removal of Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie, a Justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana and currently acting Chief Justice, on the grounds of stated misbehavior, Article 1461 provides that a justice of the Superior Court or chairman of the regional tribunal shall not be removed from office except for stated misbehavior or incompetence or on ground of inability to perform the functions of his office arising from infirmity of body or mind. The conduct of Justice Baffoe-Bonnie as set out as below constitutes stated misbehavior because it breaches multiple provisions of Judicial Code of Conduct for judges and magistrates of Ghana and offends internationally recognized principles of judicial behavior such as the Bangalore Principles of Judicial Conduct. Inti, the build-up of the case against Justice Baffoe-Bonnie. One, the trap set by Roxanne Nelson, the family, unawares, Israel and that group calling itself Ghana Law Society. Musanso de cameras is in so. A man here public declarations. A man media for throw articles on it. Shows say mo breaching judicial independence in a particular case. And based on that, President Mahama, based on the supposed accountability of the judiciary, President Mahama and the Council of State, Ghana for say it doesn't matter where you are, at which point you are. Oh yeah, Chief Justice Krapona, you are not beyond reproach. In Tisadia, you better share a case with you. Na Ghana, Nsem-Pii. You better share how President Mahama will deal with this case. This particular issue, you need to say it will be swept under the carpet. To say same petitioner, the MPP communicator, raise here with lawyers meeting judges at certain places. You know how it will be treated moving forward. But and then the head and tail of the petition against the removal of the acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Baffoe-Bonnie, his lordship.
How to? It is a daunting task. And if you're a serious government, you will not keep your defense minister in an acting position with Obi already know. He has his hands full doing other very important things. And now, coming back to age limit, in every military, military obi a wabɛn akɔdare ɛwɔ defense mu ɛne military soldier sɛm bia bɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ ɔman bia pɛ sɛ ne soldierfoɔ ɛyɛ very young because a fighting force deɛ yɛn obia saa na yɛde ne wura mu. You want about 85% of your fighting force to be very very young and to be under 30. Sɛ wowura mu a dodoɔ naa wɔn na ɛkɔ akɔgyina kono ako ama wo abɔ wo man ho ban no. Bibi ni ebo prayer won begina aku ade wo man no. I will say majority na young, even if possible under 30. And this also emrantia do do wo ho a wow constituency so mo ye ndisi fu so mo ye da yu wo mo edo so bebre unya bi free 20 an kopem 30 na mo no I just 30 35 no wo mo a ebon kokran klimre wan ko na abenya na agembone na wo trim money would say, when we say what the armed forces acquire politics, their core promise will call for a more to trust them be a friend saying coalition centers in the police station, the air campaign. And when we now our promise woman, not a coba, now woman do one quarter form failure. I come about out as disqualified because age, April swan. Also, pep crime be the pressure better. Soldier phone penny for so not by force. I want more dear. Honorable,
Honorable. What I'm about to ask you. So we had some George. Ne post here. I didn't come here by here. Me read it through no. My who baby are now making attribution. Say suggestion way has to do with members of the NDC in the constituency. they've been denied because of age.
Okay, FM.
Say a general statement no make it, Yana.
What kind say that I'm a consider?
I'm yet to.
Then that kind, my producer in Chama on that kind. What kind of that I'm a po. Omu na mu coordinate a agenda no mobile. The that I'm a po. Can say, I'll throw on the X page, Twitter page, and say, when you cross the bridge, every the party full soldiers or on the constituency. One can say, menya cross every man, and maba why woman constituency. But say, menya cross the bridge, every party foot soldiers. Say, recruitment na ekosono. Yem pija age no fanko 35. Nye say o mine, sa na ebu o mine. Liberia, ebrebe soon ye President Tobet aban so. Womo ye mistake. Drew soldier recruitment. Womo armed forces in 24 chief of defense staff. Two womo for one year. So that the mamo fan ye politics. Mamo fan ye full soldier promise. Mama ye na your qualified diano. Omre musa de negana. Chief of Defense Staff in 24 no crediano. Almost that yeah, my crimes yeah, they were bam, yeah, party for neighbor, and almost a age limit. No, we a party need for suja. Age be a pebiano, Omudu Remu, Omudu Remu, and to start say back. Do no time near the and to Quantu Basa, yeah, ban military, no one better na Liberia, and Nsem-Pii that they move you in. Every and so politicians for the car age limit. The politicians will remove party full soldiers so you're qualifying, the unqualified winner will remove. And I say, oh, my mind, but me and quite some mistake in view. Minia, and yet they be an idea populist. So make up can be me up on some mammy. So men make customer grassroots, men make customer full soldiers. Some of these comments and some of these calls, they are irresponsible. A fair or minor. May mean any advanced jurisdiction be advocacy because party full soldiers this woman over age. Now our party when you will be all 20 women, when you all 25 women, I will qualify. But in any case, trouble so who shemunu crepa Sanka womu nyabotre a kind Ghana Armed Forces Act no and we nyabotre a consult ya and kumbe who say even advert ya be kurambuno. Age limit, in some of the categories, is up to 30. It is not 24, said your more canon. Non-tradesmen are 24. But section F, said the soldier form 24, the advert by a toll it's a requirement to be an idiot. F, no, the almost say 1 year aircraft category of soldiers in a year. A human woman, a fact that age 30 cry won't be to me a found. A woman, but kind, they will read. And one the young populist agenda. And now, my say senior officers, a soldier for, not say, will be a medical doctor, will be the architect, will be engineer, some specialized skill be a woman to me found between 30 and 35 gram and the but no, it is for certain specific categories of skills. And it's only because Ghana yen fa obi already 35 yen fu bi already 30 onim de oka so just onim de oka we no the go to na approach you to me fu bi already 30 something because say nipa no mo fa no na adwuma ben wo kwakoye some special skill bi e bi some IT guru bi a omu hia no I crack it down some cyber issues bi a that expertise no ono pen wo. And you know, me friends and age limit to make a crowd such category of special skills. I don't know, and yes, they were ready and they crack a coin marco. And until we are then with a control room being under control, and you know, those special skills, and no, me let's say age limit to make a crack. And no Ghana,